What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. I am trying to stifle my laughter. You guys will know why in just a few minutes. But if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, here's how you can do that. I'm the most active, as I always say, on Instagram, so you can check me out there. Today is kind of a response video. There is a gentleman named Rich Towsley who did not like a couple of my videos. And what I'm going to do, the goal today is to turn this into a teachable moment, because Rich, those that live in a glass house, should not throw stones. I want to shout out the individual. I'm going to keep them anonymous. You know who you are. Thank you for sending me his channel. I didn't bother to look. I just put his comments in my stories for one big reason. There are people that are considering speaking out against multi-level marketing companies that are afraid to do so because of people like Rich that leave unhinged comments. And so the reason I share those in my stories is to hopefully inspire people to assign the value or the lack of value to people's comments. When you see somebody that is using an ad hominem attack, an ad hominem fallacy, that tells me they don't have a leg to stand on in the argument, which is what Rich here is doing. So my goal is, if there's somebody out there that happens to be watching my video and wants to create some sort of anti-MLM content, but you're afraid of somebody commenting these unhinged things, here's what you should do, in my opinion. You should take that and turn it into content, like I'm going to do today. By the way, I should tell you that Rich apparently is in the Vasayo, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Pearl Company. Yeah. I don't know if he still is, because this video is from quite some time ago. But first, I feel like we should start with his comments on two separate videos. By the way, when you comment unhinged things, YouTube typically flags it and puts it in the like a filtered folder, which is where these were. But I check it periodically because of reasons just like this, where I can take this, I can turn it into content, I can hopefully inspire other people to speak out against these commercial cults, and I can make some money off of it as well. So Rich Towsley says, you seem like the typical unhappy, jealous person who can't or couldn't make money in the MLM space. You're, by the way, it's YOU apostrophe RE, Rich, write that down. Obviously not a good speaker or presenter, and will most likely not amount to much financially. Rich, are you okay? Did you not listen to the intro? My intro? No, you just skipped over that part and you're like, listen, she's talking about MLMs. How dare her? I'm going to attack what she looks like. Which let's talk about the next comment. So, you have a ridiculous haircut and cheap eyeshadow and couldn't build an empire. To justify your failure, you run your mouth on here. Go get a job, loser. Listen, I actually laughed there. I learned a long time ago, you get to assign value to the words people say to you. And you can guess the amount of value I am assigning to what Rich here has to say. I love when they comment unhinged things like this, especially when they're using some sort of a fallacy, because I know he has no leg to stand on at all, which is why we're here today. But I found this little gem thanks to one of my followers. Appreciate you. You know who you are. And that voice message I sent you, I was cackling too. Anyways, let's watch what Rich has to say from his YouTube channel. And this is titled Rich Towsley on Being Genuine. Now, Rich, before we get started on this, because I know you're probably going to see this, I'll probably tag you in it actually. Were you being genuine in those comments? You probably were. You probably really did feel that way. But, you know, whatever. Anyways, let's hear what Rich has to say. Everybody, welcome Rich Towsley to the show.
Hey everybody, Rich Towsley, Pearl with Viseo. How are you? I hope everyone's having a great time. We're about a week away from the Gold Cruise. My wife and I are excited, looking forward to that. I wanted to talk to you today just about a couple things that were on my mind and heart. One of them being, when you talk
Also, please don't drop any comments about his appearance or anything like that. I will be deleting those because we're not going to stoop to his level, because we actually have stats and data and facts to stand on, which Rich here does not. And that's why he was coming for my appearance. So just FYI, we don't do that here. Please don't put that in the comments. I will delete them. Let's talk about what Rich has to say here.
to someone not being a typical network marketer, and don't take offense to that when I say that. I've said at my meetings often, typically we go to a network marketing meeting or you meet someone for coffee, and it tends to be the same thing. They sort of throw up that they've got the best compensation plan, the best ownership, the best product. It's going to be a paradigm shift. They're going to change the world. Their team's better than anyone's, blah, blah, blah. We've all heard that. And I think we've gotten away from a little thing called being genuine and real. I think people see through that today. At least I certainly hope they do. In our business, in particular with Viseo, I can ethically and honestly, truthfully say
Viseo. That's how you say it. I didn't know. Imagine thinking that ethically shucking pearls is a thing, because I don't think that's ethical at all.
with all my heart and passionately that what we have is more than real. It doesn't need to be exaggerated. You don't need the hype. When you've got the only owner in the industry in the United States of America, think how big America is. And
Now, see, Rich, what you were saying just a few seconds ago was not for people to not overhype it. And, you go to the meetings and you hear people talk about, oh, this is the best comp plan. This is the best ownership. This is the best blah, 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 blah. And here you are talking about, oh, well, we're the only company with whatever ownership and blah, blah, blah. Are there facts to back that up? No? Is this your opinion? Cute.
think how many network marketing owners have come and gone. When you've got the only one that is a two-time, think about that, a two-time creator of $2 billion companies, and you have someone that's an Ernst & Young award winner, that's incredible credibility. When you have a company that has a product that no one else is marketing, no one else in our industry, think about that. All the jobs out there, if you were the only one that marketed that product, you're the only.
Yes. Now, we already know that Rich here is a fan of fallacies, especially the ad hominem fallacy. But here we have a false equivalence fallacy. Now, imagine all of the companies. First of all, we're talking about multi-level marketing, Rich. We're not talking about all of the companies. So there's that.
One that had the rights to market that product. That's something in itself to be proud of. And thirdly, we hear a lot about, we got wonderful new products. They're natural. They have a liposome technology.
Don't you say that liposome?
The problem is I've noticed a lot of you out there, at the meetings have said, well, I give it to somebody and, so-and-so wants to, look at it and decide whether it works or not. And I often say this, and a good friend of mine, Dean Sosanek, reminded me of this. At the meetings, I always ask people this. Let me ask you, if you had children or grandchildren and I gave you free Coca-Cola and you could have that Coca-Cola every day of your life and your children and your grandchildren could drink as much of it as possible, would you let them?
Imagine comparing residual income from multi-level marketing to Coca-Cola, yet another fallacy, false equivalence fallacy to be exact.
And inadvertently, the answer is no. Why? It's got sugar, it's not good for you. Everyone knows that. But yet
And that right there is why I drink Diet Dr. Pepper. I wish I had one right now, but it's a little bit late in the day for me to be drinking one. But y'all already know how I feel about Diet Dr. Pepper, especially the strawberries and cream. Let me know in the comments your favorite flavor of Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. Let me know.
is one of the most recognized brands worldwide. In addition to that, they will make billions. I'm going to say that again. They will make billions this year in profit.
Yeah, that's Coca-Cola. That's not an MLM.
But yet here we have something that's natural, made in a pharmaceutical grade clean room, no sucralose, non-GMO, and its intent is to help you lose weight or sleep better or have better energy or help your joints or what have you. And yet they'll sit there and try to act like they're scientists or doctors. And, I always used to get a kick out of every meeting I've ever gone to. I would walk up to someone and say, hey, what do you like to drink? And it's everything in the world, from a soda to a beer to a glass of wine, iced tea, or fruit juice. And I used to say, if I had a tray and I had $10 million cash on that tray and I said, here you go, this is yours, and all you have to do is one thing. Tell me exactly 100% what's in your iced tea, and you have to be accurate, or what's in your juice or your beer or your wine, what have you. And no one can ever do it. But it's funny, when they're in our line of work, they typically, as an excuse, try to dissect it, and they really don't know what they're talking about.
Oh my God. First of all, I love that he's saying this, because we see that with the proprietary blends in multi-level marketing companies. But let's not forget that Rich, is in a multi-level marketing company. So he's trying to villainize the rest of the industry to say, hey, we're better over here. When at the beginning of this video, he was like, you don't need, he didn't say it this way, but essentially he was trying to villainize other companies by saying at their meetings, oh, well, we're better. We have the best comp plan. What does he think he's doing here?
I look at it, we're throwing them a lifeline. We have an opportunity here to do something great, not only health-wise for people around the world. Our cause, building wells in Africa, there's a financial ability here that's almost like no other. Oh, and by the way, when you
Almost like no other, but refer to what my commentary that I just said. Also, where in Africa? Africa is a very large continent. So where exactly in Africa? I feel like that would be very important.
have a company like ours that literally pays higher than any network marketing company in the
Yeah. So you're saying that your comp plan is better than every other comp plan in MLM, when at the beginning of this, you were basically shaming people in MLM for saying that very same thing at their meetings. Is it different because you're doing this on a YouTube channel? Does that make it different? Does that make it okay? Or is it just because it's you're allowed to do this? Or however you think about this. This is very interesting to me.
country. You don't have to exaggerate anything. Be ethical, be real, be upfront, be honest. One of the ones that always makes me laugh is some of you might be new out there. Well, how much have you made? Well, it doesn't matter. If that person makes $1 or $20 million, it doesn't pay their bills. It doesn't pay that person who's asking. It doesn't pay their car payment. It doesn't feed their family. So too many people get caught up in the silly things. Just be real.
Do people get caught up in the silly things like commenting about people's makeup and haircut? Because I definitely think that's pretty silly, Rich. But you wanted my attention, so here we are.
Be ethical, be honest. If you don't know, tell them you don't know. Put them with an upline, put them on someone that's in your team that can answer those questions for them. And I think you'll find you'll get a much better result, and you'll be respected more for it. Thanks a lot.
Oh my God. Okay, I feel like we should watch one more of his videos just for funsies, because this one is called We're All People. I had no idea, Rick. I keep saying Rick. Sorry, and that's not on purpose. Let's see what he has to say here.
Hey guys, it's Rich again. Another thing that was on my heart, it's a lot of people that I'm very fond of, a lot of people I have respect for in Viseo that have been in the company, some not too long, some for about a year. It always fascinates me when they get intimidated to talk to a person. Maybe you're intimidated because they know the real you and they know that you've never really made any money at anything, or maybe you're intimidated because they're successful in their endeavor. Maybe they're a CEO.
Or maybe Rich here is intimidated because a woman with some banging makeup and a totally awesome haircut is spitting facts and statistics and data that prevents people, hopefully, from joining his team, his multi-level marketing company team. Yeah.
CEO or an owner of a business that's made a substantial contribution to society, or they made a lot of money. People tend to forget, that's just people's situations. Everyone's the same on this planet. We eat the same, we do other things the same, we put on our pants the same way. No human's better than you or worse than you. Some people are.
But it really seems from your comment that you value people that only make money in MLM. Also, you probably should check out my channel a little bit more before you make any comments about, oh, you couldn't hack it in MLM. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. The call is coming from inside the house, Rich. Yeah. Yikes.
Born with, I'm going to give you an example. When I was little, my mother told me something, and I never forgot it. She said, "You know, Rich," she said, "you're always going to find someone prettier, smarter, better off, seem to have life easier. And on the other side of the coin, there's always going to be someone much, much worse off." And in a
And there's always going to be somebody in an MLM that feels like they want to drop unhinged comments using ad hominem fallacies in a YouTuber's comments because they don't like what they have to say. I wasn't even talking about his company, but now we're gonna.
predicament and situation you couldn't imagine. But we're all the same. We're all the same people of the planet. People get intimidated to talk to someone. You don't know what's going on financially just because they may drive a nice car or be running a company. The financial pressure they may be exposed to, the things that go on behind closed doors. Really believe in your heart that no matter who you're talking to, whether you think they're up here financially or down here, or they're in your community, they're up here or they're down here, we're all the same. When I give a product, I'm throwing them a lifeline for finances. I'm giving them something to enhance their body, no matter who they are, how prominent they
What? This is the Pearl company, right? What is he talking about? Enhancing their body. He's talking like it's a supplement. It's a piece of jewelry that you put a pearl in. What are you talking about? That's so weird, in my opinion, how he just said that. Enhancing their body. Ooh, let's not say that. That makes me very uncomfortable.
are, how successful they may seem. They all have the same joints we do, the lack of sleep we do, the energy that they need. They need a core, better filled vitamin and nutrition. We're all the same. Some need to lose weight, some need to curb their appetite. We're all human beings. If you took everyone's clothes off and lined them up, we're all the same. There's some different intellect levels. Some are blessed as far as the talent goes, but don't
This guy really thinks he's something, doesn't he? Are y'all catching that too? Let me know in the comments. The ego of this guy, I feel like, is really loud. Yeah.
ever be intimidated to talk to another human being because they're just like you, a human being. All right. Thanks a lot. I hope that helps.
That was it. Okay. Okay, so update. This apparently is a company that closed in February of 2023. According to Behind MLM, I'll make sure to put the article. Wait, so Rich, I don't know if you're in another MLM, but I will find out. Yeah, that's not a threat. I literally will find out. Anyways, interesting that you're in or were in a company that was shut down. Now, why was it shut down? Well, according to this Behind MLM article, on or around February 11th, Vasayo informed, I think that's how you say it, informed its distributors it was shutting down its MLM opportunity. The announcement was made via a Zoom webinar, which I've unfortunately not been able to find a copy of. Nonetheless, following a tip from a Behind MLM reader, here's what I've been able to suss out. Vasayo launched back in 2016. The company was founded by Mona V founder Dolan Larson and wife Kari. I believe that's how you say their names. In Behind MLM's published December 2016 Vasayo review, we praised the company's strong retail focus. Why Vasayo collapsed its MLM operations remains unclear. SimilarWeb tracked 22,000 visits to Vasayo's website in November 2022. That rose to 28,000 in January 2023. Neither Dolan, Larson, or Vasayo Corporate have issued a public statement addressing the closure. Instead, Vasayo's website is advertising a 50% off sale. Various social media postings from Vasayo distributors claim Daniel, I don't know how to say this last name, bought out the Larsons. Piku is credited as co-founder and CEO of Vasayo. I'm not doubting that, but I didn't come across Piku, hopefully that's how you say it, in researching Vasayo's launch back in 2016. On a May 2020 Vasayo webinar, Dolan Larson described Piku as a very private person. Whatever Piku is planned is scheduled to enter pre-launch on February 20th. Given it takes far longer than a week to set up an MLM company, even a reboot of an existing MLM company, Vasayo's demise has likely have been on the cards for some time. Piku's Vasayo reboot will purportedly remain in pre-launch until sometime in June. Behind MLM intends to publish a full review pending release further information on or before February 20th. Updates. Oh my God. Okay, this all makes so much sense. So, Vasayo, apparently, according to Behind MLM, which was updated February 23rd of 2023, is from a company called Three. Now, I have already done a video on Three. I will link in the video description. This all makes so much sense. So, it appears, allegedly, let's just say it that way, that Rich here is in possibly in Three. Yeah. So there will be another Three video coming. I definitely want to do an updated video on this once I get more information. So if you have any information about this, feel free to let me know. You can message me privately, or you can go to my website, aaronbees.com, and send me, whatever you would like to share with me. That would be amazing. Unless you're rich and you want to comment publicly from an account that has some pretty terrible videos, in my opinion. That's fine. You could do that too, but YouTube filters that stuff out. More to come on this. But what did we learn today? Well, if you are going to comment something unhinged like Rich here did, I'm going to make a video out of it. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to use it as hopefully a teachable moment. That's my hope, that people that want to, are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or speaking out on whatever social media platform about the dangers of multi-level marketing, do not assign value about themselves from comments from people like Rich. And also, Rich, it's interesting, it's Rich, that you are going to use a personal attack, which weird. I've never seen that before from other people in MLMs. Wow. But you're so different. Don't be like Rich. Don't do that. It's not cute. It's not a good look. Thank you guys for being here. More to come on this, but this is just the initial video, and let me know what you think about it. I hope you guys had a little giggle, because I don't assign any value from what Rich has to say. Anyways, if you loved today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It helps me get the word out so that people don't join schemes like what Rich appears to be a part of, in my opinion, allegedly. That's all. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching all the way through. And by the way, I'm gonna put a little thing up here. You guys have told me I have a completely bingeable anti-MLM playlist. Go all the way back. I talk about why I left Prove It. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, check it out if you're looking for a playlist to binge. I'm being told by many of you that it's a bingeable playlist. So check that out. Thanks for being here. And guys, don't join an MLM. Okay? All right. Bye, everybody.